Bears Fan Podcast, episode 85. Like, follow, subscribe, please. But right into it. Bears lost to the Colts. An absolutely deflating loss. Um, Failure on a lot of levels. Started off bad. Caleb showed some flashes in garbage time. Um, but yeah, just like I said, overall, very deflating loss to a team we should have beat. And we got a tough back end of the schedule, and it's tough to lose games against bad teams who were injured.
Yeah, I want to take the time and admit something that I normally would not admit, and that is I was wrong. Not wrong in believing in Caleb Williams or thinking he's still going to be a good quarterback because I think he is. I think he has shown growth in these first 3 weeks. I'm going to say that I'm wrong, and I apologize for believing in the hype that this coaching staff was ready to take the next step because Matt Flus is still an idiot, and Shane Waldron, I don't know what's going on. He can't call plays. It's like whenever these coordinators and stuff like that come to Chicago, it's like they completely forget how to do their jobs properly. Chris Morgan, the offensive line coach, who, by the way, also happens to be the running game coordinator, explains a lot. Um, this coaching staff is failing this rookie quarterback already. We talked about it all off season, Sean. Eberflus should have been fired after last season.
Yes,
And I
especially if you weren't
think,
going to keep Justin. I thought the
yeah,
only way you keep Eberflus is if you were going to keep Justin and you were keeping continuity. We were still a team. We're riding with
I
our
really,
guys,
I
and it
really
just doesn't
think
make
Ryan
sense.
Poles, I really think Ryan Poles is silently regretting that decision,
Oh, yeah,
especially
100%.
looking at what Clint Kubiak is doing down in New Orleans as offensive coordinator, what Cliff Kingsbury is doing in Washington as offensive
I said
coordinator,
if we were going to get Caleb, I
seeing
thought we
what
should have got Kingsbury.
and it just shows, man. We got the fourth worst coach in the division. I mean, look what Matt LaFleur is doing with Malik Willis. Look what Kevin O'Connell is doing to Sam Darnold. Coaching matters in this league, and we see it all across the league in general. We just don't have the right people in the right positions in order for this to be a good start to a young quarterback's career. I mean, he's going to grow. He's going to have, growing pains as a rookie. I understand that. You understand that. Bears fans understand that. Um, but for it to look this bad on offense, a complete inept offensive line, I mean, there's no run game. None against the team that gave up 257 yards rushing against the Green Bay Packers just the week before, against a team that didn't have their best interior defensive lineman. You put up gaudy, just god awful numbers. DeAndre Swift looks like he is Emmett Smith right now at 65 years old.
Just
Behind, you know what I'm saying, running the football.
dancing with the stars.
Um, Roshan Johnson is your best running back right now by far. And on a fourth and goal play, after he got you down to the goal line, you run Herbert twice, and then you run a fucking speed option on fourth and goal that got a 12-yard loss. And four out of your five offensive linemen were on the ground.
That was just embarrassing. Um,
Like, Sean, I texted you throughout the game. I let that ruin my entire mood for that day.
yeah, me
I
too.
was so disappointed in watching that game because Anthony Richardson and the Colts gave every opportunity they could have to hand you the game back. And you couldn't take advantage because you can't run the football. You have absolutely horrible play designs, and the game plan was terrible going into it. And you can't scheme anybody open. The throws that Caleb Williams made, yes, a lot of them were in garbage time. He put up a lot of garbage time stats, whatever. He had a couple of dimes to Roma Dunze,
Oh
the
yeah,
the
that
one
was the
play coming
bright
out of the
spot. Yes, the
yeah,
bright
and
spot
then
was
finally Cole Komet got involved. It's like
yeah.
it took Shane Waldron 2.5 weeks to figure out I've got one of the better, all
He's
around
better
tight
than
ends.
Everett. Like there's a reason Everett's a free agent and Komet got signed, and he proved it in this game. Would he have 9 catches or something like that?
10 catches
10
for 80 something yards
yes,
and a touchdown.
that's what we need to be
Like,
doing with the rookie. But to build on what you said, I don't at this point, and I won't say I don't believe I don't necessarily believe in curses, but it feels like a curse for the Bears where this isn't just polls, this isn't just Waldron and Eberflus. This is our basically our entire lifetime. It's span of terrible OCs, like inability to build a quarterback, and it's disheartening because, like you said, I'm just some guy who's babbling on the internet, but I saw the writing on the wall. It's like you want to keep Eberflus, keep Justin. Again, not to I won't go too far on Justin, but you see what he's doing. Like obviously Pittsburgh, so I would say slightly better than us on defense. Um, they're you know what I
They're
mean. They're
much
playing.
better than us on defense.
I don't know. We got really good DBs and linebackers. They've got T.J. Watt and Cameron Hayward, and those two positions are more important. And Highsmith. They just got really good pass rush, but their secondary is not close to ours. I don't think their linebacking core is close. I guess Patrick Queen's a
Their
good addition.
total defense is
Well, I
better
just
than
think
ours.
their pass rush is a lot better than us, and that makes those guys look better. But I think we have a really good defense. But either way, we'll say what are they the right now? They're the first best defense. What are we 7, 8? Like you know what I mean? Like so it's we're playing complementary football, and we can win that way. I think Cole's got enamored with Caleb. That's fine, but it's like if you want to go with him, go get Kingsbury, make him the fucking head coach of the team. Like I don't, I'm not necessarily saying I want that, but I feel like that would have been best for Caleb. I wasn't a fan of Kingsbury, but keeping Eberflus, then nobody wants to come be the OC under Eberflus because either A, they're in competition with Eberflus, they're going to take his job, or B, he's going to get fired when Eberflus gets fired. And Eberflus is getting fired unless we somehow bounce back and win 12 games, 11 games. Um,
I just think he needs to make the playoffs, but with the start that
no,
the NFC North is, and yeah,
yeah, I
they're
guess
not
you're right.
firing
If
him
they
if he
make the
makes the
playoffs,
playoffs.
yeah, I guess right
But
there. But
but the start that the NFC North has had, Minnesota's at 3-0. Green
yes,
Bay has won 2 straight games with Malik Willis at quarterback. And then you got Detroit, who was the preseason pick to win the NFC North anyway. Where do the Bears fit in that playoff picture? They don't.
I don't.
They
Yeah,
just don't.
yes,
There's
and
no
we
if
needed that coach
Minnesota
win.
continues. Yeah, if Minnesota continues on the path that they're on right now, Minnesota's that second wild card team. It's just that's just the way it
I don't
is.
think
And
they
the
will
Bears
though. I think
and
Kevin O'Connell, like with a lot of those guys, he does scheme up a good game, and obviously it's working out. But last year, Nick Mullins looked good for a couple games. Josh Dobbs looked good. Like people figure out they remember Sam Darnold. Sam Darnold, they'll come back down. Like I said at the beginning of the year, maybe not the Vikings, but I said we were going to split with those guys. The Lions, we always split with them no matter what. I think um, this year, I think we will split with the Packers. I don't know. That's just wishful thinking, and I do think for whatever reason we'll split with the Vikings. I don't think Sam Darnold's that good. I think their defense is really good. Brian Flores is amazing. Um, and again, like this is our problem. We don't get these innovative coaches who know what to do. We get these. Our defense is fine. We're bend don't break, nice solid defense. We've been making plays here and there, but still nothing inventive that's going to work on C.J. Stroud on 3rd and long where we need to get him out of there. Um, but like I said, bright spot Caleb. Much as I was down on him the first few weeks, and you know what I mean, bringing up Justin, yada yada. Caleb did look good. We saw a connection with Rome, like you said. A couple bad interceptions. Oh, I guess one bad interception. The other one, Rome dropped the pass at him right in the hands, and then that was intercepted. The other one was just very late. You know what I mean? I'm sure he's kicking again. I'm not an NFL quarterback. We all know that you don't throw that ball. It's just way too late. Especially you don't throw that in college. You can't throw in the NFL. Those guys. But besides that, he nice zip on the ball. He was spreading it around. Rome and him seemed to have a connection. He overthrew a couple deep shots again, which is frustrating. Um,
that concerns me a little bit if I'm
yes,
being
because that
honest.
was like the one thing. I won't say the one thing because I'm not talking shit, but Justin did that very well. He didn't get those short throws as well, but he usually put the deep passes on the wide receivers, and we got good wide receivers, so we got to give him a chance. But like you said, the run game is awful. I don't understand it. I don't really get it. Um, I don't know if these guys don't care. I think Jenkins needs to go back to the right. I think he was good at right guard. For whatever reason, him and Darnell Wright were playing good together.
Well, Amagaji came off the injury report last week officially. Had a full week of practice. They benched Nate Davis. You saw that
Prior in there, but
Braxton Jones got hurt. Nate Davis had to go in the right guard for a couple of plays. Pryor went over the left tackle. Pryor is just I don't know. I I don't understand when we see these teams, even teams with bad offensive lines, the offense still looks relatively functional, right?
Coherent, yes.
But ours does not. We have one of the worst lines in the league. I'm not gonna,
This year,
and
yeah,
so does
100%.
Jacksonville. And we're kind of playing hand in hand with Jacksonville. We kind of look like Jacksonville's offense. But at the same time, Washington doesn't have a good offensive line, and Jaden Daniels looked like a superstar last night.
Because
Um,
they run with them. I'm not saying I
that's what
want
I'm
Caleb
saying.
to be
They
Justin. It's just like Caleb can run. He's got will. He was actually there's
yeah.
been a couple runs. He was a lot faster than I am. I don't watch a lot of USC games, so I didn't see him. I really just see the highlights, and most of his highlights are him throwing the ball. But
The
when he
running
takes
scheme, yeah, when he takes off, he's got wheels.
it, but fourth
But
and two, why are we not running? This is the new age NFL. Everybody runs their quarterback on 4th and 1. Everybody, Jaden Daniels, we see him going there. Fucking Josh Allen, even they don't do it so much with Mahomes, but that he's the golden boy. But before, I mean, he'll run it in if he has to. But you got like you said, no creativity. Speed option, come on, that shit doesn't work. That's why we don't do it in the NFL. That's
no,
not
and it
creative.
bugs
That's just
me.
stupid.
And it bugs me because the offensive line that we have, it just seems like bargain bin, goodwill, Dollar General offensive linemen, and we're trying to protect a rookie quarterback, and we can't. I mean, he's gonna revert back to hero ball. That like he's gonna have flashbacks to USC.
You
You
know.
know what I'm saying? And we have the defense to kind of like, help him out with that and not, put him in a deep hole. But it's so frustrating. The offensive scheme that Shane Waldron wants to run obviously is not working with this offensive line because they're not agile enough to get to the outside to do that outside zone scheme that
And
he wants to
DeAndre
do.
Swift, he's not hitting the hole quick. Roshan is doing better than him. It's the same fucking guys that they're blocking. He gets the ball and he fucking goes.
Yeah, Roshan puts his head down and he's a north
Yes,
and south runner. He's not
yes.
east to west like the DeAndre Swift is. And you need to run north and south with this offensive line. Roshan Johnson is a very tough, powerful runner, which is why when they pulled him out on the goal line, I about blew a fucking gasket. After, sure, he probably was a little winded, but after that Wildcat run with
Dude,
Herbert
these
that
guys
got
are
you down to the
NFL
two
players.
yard line or
He's
whatever,
fine.
I'm telling Roshan Johnson to get the fuck back in there. And speaking of which, Matt Eberflus, you have a fucking headset on. You hear the play call on 4th down being speed option. Why the fuck did you let that continue? As soon as I hear that call, I'm shooting a look over at Shane Waldron. I'm calling a timeout, and I'm telling him, no, we have Roshan Johnson, who just got us down here, who obviously wants to pound the rock. And on top of that, we have a guy that we took #1 overall in the entire draft, and we're taking it out of his hands. Why? I just
Yeah, it
the
doesn't
dumb
make any sense.
ass the dumb ass just fucking inability to come up with an offensive scheme, an offensive game plan to actually help this rookie quarterback out. It's driving me crazy, and it should be driving all Bears fans crazy. The whole league, everybody that watched HBO's fucking Hard Knocks, they're fucking laughing at us right now because we're a joke. We're a joke.
And I think a lot of it is a lot of Bears fans place the blame at the feet of Justin, and it kind of was written up to us that this kid, Justin gets here gone, Waldron and Caleb are going to just be a step above them, and we're going to be, like I said, nobody said we're going to win the Super Bowl, but we're going to beat the Colts. We're going to be a team that beat the Colts, and I've been saying this, and again, at first it was just because I was bitter about Justin, but you just have to look back at how Poles has been moving, and it's getting to the point where it's 50-50. He got blessed with the best trade. I don't know if that was a desperate Panthers guy or him finessing him, but whatever. He gets an A+ for that. But the draft picks have been okay. Kyle Gordon, Brisker, sure, they're fine. Darnell Wright, quality pick, but um, we each offseason we passed on every big name offensive lineman. Like you said, bargain bin guys. This year, again, I like Rome. He seems like a good kid, and I think he's going to be a great NFL player. But I said I didn't want to pick Rome Odunze at 8. I was hoping Alt fell there, but we should have picked whoever or fell back and got somebody else. But we needed an offensive lineman. It was clear as
I
day. Oh,
don't.
fine, get
I
one in the second round. Get one.
I
It's like,
still
why we
I
pick
still
it? Like you
don't.
said last week, we draft a fucking punter. We don't have an
Yeah,
offensive line. Why are we drafting a punter? And yeah, he's got a big fucking leg, but has he done anything crazy special? Where like, god
no,
damn, that was worth the 4th round pick. Could have
no.
took a lineman there.
He's just a guy right now. And I think it speaks volumes to Ryan Poles too in terms of offensive line talent. Um, we harbored on this all off season and we criticized it when it didn't happen. Why the fuck didn't we sign Connor Williams? He in Seattle, he's wrecking people in Seattle right now. Like I just it boggles my mind. We have the cap space. Why didn't you
Same
do
thing.
it?
We had it in the beginning. Same thing with this is right when Pauls came in, and I understand he's trying to get rid of everybody. But James Daniels, good in the Steelers. We drafted him. He was good. He was a quality, above average interior lineman. That's our problem. Why can't you be he'd be the one guy you're fucking paying at the beginning of the like? It didn't matter that we are paying him. Everybody, we were gonna let Roquan walk. Who cares if he's getting paid? Nobody else is. Like he wanted to be so broke, save the cap, and then to do what? Sign Keenan Allen, who hasn't played yet. And it's
One
like
game and he dropped the touchdown
we
pass.
why couldn't we have traded for fucking an offensive line on a better offensive lineman, put package both those picks, and it's like we signed DeAndre Swift. It's like at this point, like we could have went and got Derrick Henry. I don't, you know what I mean? It's like
We didn't need to sign DeAndre Swift. I
no,
understand
I
wanting to
agree.
quote unquote upgrade the running back room, but you didn't need to sign a running back in the offseason. You didn't need to.
No, I was
That
of the
was eight,
mindset either get a guy or stick with who we got. Herbert and Roschon
yeah,
are
that
fine.
was that was
I
eight
was
million
I was team
dollars.
Saquon, and again,
That
maybe it would
I
have
know
been
you were. That
yeah.
was $8 million wasted, and that's another thing I will admit to. That I was wrong about 1,000%. I really thought DeAndre Swift was going to be somewhat of a difference maker in this run game because of his shiftiness and his ability to change direction, and I could not have been more wrong.
He was
I
just a
could not
product
have
of
been more
he's
wrong.
a decent football player, but he's a product of being on Philly. They had an elite offensive line. They had two number one wide receivers, a mobile quarterback. Probably a nightmare trying to guard their offense, and he probably benefited from that. But he's hesitant in the run game. He's always stutter stepping. We can't. He's better running the outside zones. We can't block those. And on the inside plays, he's not hitting the hole hard enough. And like you said, put fucking Roschon out there. I like for the life of me, I would hit my fucking parlay if Herbert was in. But
I told
Herbert,
you, I told you from the get go that I thought Roshan Johnson should have been the starter.
yes, you
I just
I thought Herbert should be getting touches. I thought if we weren't going to trade him, use him. He has proven that he is a quality running back in the NFL. He keeps getting hurt, but on multiple occasions, if he wouldn't have got hurt, he probably would have rushed for 1,000 yards for us. But he got hurt. But either way, he gets 3, 4, 5 yards of carry, and that's what we need, and to keep us positive. But when DeAndre Swift is getting tackled for a 3 yard loss on first down, it's really just setting us back. And then we're the Bears, so I don't know if people got it's an aura or people a vibe people get when they come to Chicago. They got they're pinning their ears back. So it's like we can't be in passing situations. I think it's added confidence, and people just have no respect for our offensive line over the years, and they come out knowing that they're just going to beat these guys, and they have added confidence, and we can't put Caleb in danger like that. As much as I've been harping on him, and you know what I mean, saying he's not the guy, he is our guy now, and I don't want it to take 3 years, and I don't want him to be ruined because he did show flashes this game. I was talking shit the first two games, deservedly so. He played badly, but he looked good when he did.
yeah.
The problem is Waldron can't he makes terrible calls on third down and in the red zone.
Well,
But
when
he
you
had
have
a
a
good
rookie
day.
quarterback, when you have a rookie quarterback throwing 52 passes, there's a problem.
Yes, big problem.
Granted, he was 33 of 52, 356, two tutties, two interceptions, and one fumble. The fumble, of course, horrible timing. That was, we harped on Justin
Yes,
Fields about that. But at the same time, again, not defending Caleb in any way, shape, or form. He has to climb the pocket in that situation.
that one.
But
Yes,
why? But why
are we
on
blocking with
God's
command?
green
Yes.
earth are we blocking one-on-one their best pass rusher with Cole fucking Komet? Like, it
Why
just
aren't they helping him? Like I don't like.
I
I
don't
fine.
know,
Yeah.
Sean. That's the point of this whole fucking like tantrum I'm on. I don't know. I don't think Shane Waldron knows. I don't think Chris Morgan knows. I don't think anybody knows. It's it's it's
How
so
often
egregious.
too? And it's like
It's
Komet
so
is a
egregious.
good
No,
blocking tight
it's not
end.
just that. That wasn't even the worst fucking part of the offensive line or the play calling in terms of the blocking scheme. Tell me why you're going to have somebody who weighs 150 pounds soaking wet on the goal line blocking a 286-pound man. How?
Yes,
Just
I don't.
dude,
Just small X's
it
and O stuff.
drives me nuts. People who have never played a single down of professional football, and not even professional, Anybody who's people who have never played a single down of football in their entire life, who just watch the game on fucking TV, are screaming at their television sets doing the same thing. And why are we calling a timeout to determine whether or not we should go for a 2 point conversion to make it a 3 point game?
We should, yeah, exactly. Like he doesn't.
Why wasn't
Don't.
that talked about when you're driving? Hey, guys, if we score, we're going for two.
Yes, exactly. Like that's even like what did we pay Eberflus for? That pissed me off because we could have used that timeout. Um,
Yes.
it came back to bite us, and like you said, like who the I said text that to you. It's like what the fuck? Like how does nobody like? Isn't there like a quality control coach or somebody who's supposed to be telling him like time shit? Like this is like shit. I just assume that the new age NFL people are doing, but it just doesn't make any sense where we're failing organizationally, and for whatever reason, it's spanned decades, and it's like it's not even just Poles and Eberflus. It was Angelo and fucking Fox, or no, Fox wasn't there with Angelo, but Fox and Pace. But it's just like frustrating that we cannot get it right. It's just the simple stuff, and we're not building the team properly. Bill Belichick said it about us. He said it's a roster issue. Our problems are how our roster's built. And Poles got this mad genius tag because, like I said, we got blessed with a fucking generational first round trade pick that ended us with Caleb and DJ Moore for Bryce Young, who might not start for the Panthers again. Uh, but some of the other moves have been questionable. Like Keenan Allen trade looks pretty shitty right now. Like unless Keenan Allen comes back right now and is really good, that was a bad trade. And it's
Yeah,
like
he needs to play within the next 2 weeks. Otherwise, it's
it was terrible trade. And it's
what's the
like
point?
Claypool trade, terrible. Roquan, 50-50. I guess it was okay if you really weren't going to sign him, but you got a second for a potential Hall of Famer. So in his prime. So how good of a trade is that? Like I said, I guess it's better to get something rather than nothing. But like I said, Shelton, Gates, what are they? Like it's like these guys. I don't like it. It looked good, and I had the pom poms out too when I was optimistic. But now we're in the season, and it's like we see these guys playing. It's just not working out. Like Taylor was good. The sweat trade was good. It's a couple good moves. He hasn't been terrible, but he's gotten this let Poles cook, master genius, trust the process plan. It's like if that's true, this is his mess. This is the chef. He cooked this meal up, and it doesn't taste fucking good right now. Like it,
No, it
the coaches
doesn't.
are bad.
He
He should have fired Eberflus. He should have fired Waldron. And like I said, we should have focused more on the old line. Like I said, well, Dune's great, sure, but we need an offensive lineman. We just really
he wants
did.
to talk about, let's break the cycle, break the cycle, break the cycle. Motherfucker, you're about to continue the goddamn cycle because
Literally, exactly.
Eberflus does not make the playoffs. I know I said this last week. I know I said it, but there's no way. As a general manager, you watch these continuous coaching mistakes, and you watch it week in and week out,
Well,
year
he's
in
got
and
to
year out.
scapegoat him too.
If it
I mean, it's not
continues,
even that.
if it continues, Eberflus is gone, and Poles,
will be on the
in
hot seat.
theory, should be gone as well, even though he won't be. He'll get an opportunity to pick a second coach,
Yes.
but in theory, Poles should be gone too because this is his mess. He
Yes.
needs to wear it just as much as Eberflus does. And it's not entirely Eberflus's fault because he got the job. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? So, but he deserves the heat. He really does.
Yes.
But you cannot hold the coach accountable without holding the GM accountable. And Kevin Warren needs to be the one that's holding Ryan Poles accountable at the end of the season if the Bears don't make the playoffs and
I
fire
just
Matty.
think Poles wanted a puppet because I think Kingsbury was a hot shot guy. Obviously Harbaugh, and like I said, we didn't even try and get Harbaugh. And
All
people
the
say,
best coaches, all the best coaches are though.
and
Who
exactly,
cares?
yes, and I just think he liked Eberflus because he's the boss. I think people swear that, and I'm a big Michigan guy, and they say that Harbaugh was set on going to like LA or Chargers. But I think if they put together a good he's a big family guy. The McCaskies are that corny shit that other people don't like. I think Harbaugh would like it. So you know what I mean? McCaskey picking him up at the thing. I think that's something Harbaugh would like. But I don't think Poles wanted somebody like Jim who was going to be draft me this guy. I think
No,
I think
I
everyone knows Jim Harbaugh, and I know Jim would have kept Justin. He would have gotten in the building, talked to Justin, and he would have fell in love with them.
Here's the thing, though, Sean. It's not entirely up to Ryan Poles. You saw heavily, how heavily edited Hard Knocks was. It's the McCaskey family. It's not, maybe Ryan Poles didn't want a puppet, but certainly George McCaskey and Virginia McCaskey and the McCaskey family doesn't want a personality like
I
Jim Harbaugh in the
I
building.
think they
No,
did. I
no,
think Jim's
no.
not a bad. He's got like their type of wholesome, like doesn't swear,
They
10
got rid of
kids
but he's a very aggressive, power trip person. That's
in
who
the
he is.
building,
And
kind of, yes,
And
but not.
McCaskey's
Yes,
dude, they
but they
fired
said
Dick.
they were.
They got
But
rid of
they
Dick after winning a Super Bowl.
yes, but they said that they were stepping away from that though. That they were going to be.
They could say that shit all they want, but the product on the field says something completely different.
Well, yes, I don't. But
Completely
are you
different.
saying you think that the
They're
McCaskeys are
not
telling?
making football decisions entirely, no, but do they have input on who
Oh, I'm
represents their team
sure.
as a
Yeah.
head
Oh, I'm
coach?
not saying they don't
One
have any.
thousand percent.
And I know Kevin Warren. I'm pretty sure Kevin Warren doesn't like Jim Harbaugh either. But I'm just saying, like, I don't think they wanted any. I think what he liked about Eberflus was he's his little underling who just does pretend and coaches the team and lets Poles do whatever the hell he wants. So maybe not Harbaugh. Like I said, I'm a big Harbaugh guy, and I don't hide that. I just think, honestly, I thought that's who they should have gotten. I think we have ties to him. He was great. I won't say great, but he was a fan favorite. You know what I mean. He was a part of our organization. And I think we needed somebody with a little bit of personality. Fortunately, like if you don't, then
We
all
like
of it
Olin
falls on your
Kreutz.
quarterback. Like, yeah,
I
what
think
O
Olin
line
Kreutz would be a good
head
fucking
coach?
head coach.
No, I think he's too hothead. I don't think he can
I think
handle.
he'd be okay.
I
I think
think
he'd
they
be all
should.
right.
I don't know why he doesn't work for us in some capacity. Like that's some stuff I don't get. Um, but we will see. I just don't want. I like I said, I always want to coach with personality because he's a barrier between you and your quarterback. You got somebody with a personality. Caleb don't have to like. Does Justin Herbert answer questions? Like you see Justin Herbert in a fucking press conference? No, they're all fucking Jim Harbaugh. But you used to see, like, you know what I mean. You used to see Justin Herbert, and he still does answer them. But I think Herbert or Harbaugh does such a good job of delegating and taking the blame and accountability that the quarterback doesn't have to deal. Like Caleb has to answer all those questions. Caleb's getting like that's what messes with his confidence. That's what's got him double thinking. He could say he doesn't get nervous all he wants. We're all human beings. And I've seen the kid crying in his mom's arm after a game. So don't tell me things don't get to you. And you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's one thing to say, fine, it doesn't bother you. You know what I mean? I'm still playing. And sure, you might believe that, but like we're all human beings with brains and that's just how humans work. And again, he was good this game. He was a lot better. I think Odunze dropped that pass and it cost us an interception. But we couldn't get the run game going, and that just put him in a lot of third and long situations where Waldron isn't very creative and unopportunistic drive, and we just drive stalled out right outside of field goal range, and then he put together some nice garbage time stats.
And again, there's no motion. There's no motion in the
Yes.
offense. Again, for the third
They
week in a
did it
row.
like early in the game. They ran a motion, and Komet caught a first down early in the game. I'm like, oh shit, we're gonna start doing that, and then they didn't do it at all.
And then it disappeared.
And
I
like
just
you saw, everybody's watching the Monday night game. What were the fucking Redskins doing? Every fucking play, every fucking play. Like, and it's like just dual purposes. OC gets to see, the quarterback gets to see, everybody gets to see. Like, are they in a zone? Are they in a zone? That's a good thing for a rookie to know, just right off the bat, right there. Are they in a zone? I just think they they put too much on Caleb. They gave him the playbook early. He's generational, so they're like, all right, we're gonna give him the whole playbook when they should be making this shit simple like they have for Janie Daniels, and then eventually the time will come where he's Tom Brady, Joe Burrow, all those guys calling his own plays and fucking
yeah,
doing his own thing.
it's easy for a rookie quarterback. Go slant, hitch.
Yeah,
Uh,
run if your second read's not there.
yeah,
Like, and I think Caleb will be fine with that, and eventually you grow with time. But
yes.
they're trying to reinvent the wheel, and it's like or ended up having the same problems in a different fashion. Obviously, he's doing different things than Justin. He's a different player. But at the end of the day, we're losing these fucking games the same fucking way. But like terrible management in the fourth quarter, untimely turnovers in the fourth quarter, can't get first downs, can't get touchdowns. At least with fucking Getsy and Justin Fields, we're scoring a touchdown, open a drive every game, damn near. Like we would like half the games, we more than half the games, I'm pretty sure we scored an opening drive touchdown. Like we aren't doing that right now. We're stagnant. We're starting off in a hole, and then this kid's got to throw it.
Yeah, 356 yards and 2 touchdowns sounds really good on the stat sheet, but when it doesn't translate into a win,
Yes,
there's
it was like
bigger.
we were never in that game. Yes, exactly. And it's like, who can like? Yes, that's impressive. And they were like I said. I start off by saying he started off bad, but there was towards the end of the game, I was like, this is it's more Waldron than him, and he is a rookie, and there can be better things to do. But I just feel like it's more bad third down calls. I don't know what I feel like they're telling him not to run because he's not running. I don't know. Maybe he just doesn't want to run. But maybe they need to tell him to run because there was a few times where he could have ran for the first down and he threw it, and I was like, I don't know. But it is what it is. We
Well,
lost. I thought we were going to win by 2 scores.
this
We
week against the Rams is extremely important. If they need to win this game, because if they lose, they will not be making the playoffs. They
unless
won't.
fucking
They
Jared
won't.
Goff gets hurt and fucking Sam Darnold. Um,
Yeah, and the Rams just beat
I was
the
just gonna
fucking
say,
the Niners.
and with they're undermanned. They have a shitty defense, and all they got is Matt Stafford, but he's a pro at dotting up the Bears, so he'll be in his zone. But like you said, we have to win this game. We if we lose this game, I would essentially say our season's over. And we're just rooting for Caleb to win Rookie of the Year, I guess, at this point. We really needed that Colts win. I
Yeah,
just
well, I mean, the only thing we can hope for, if this season's over already, we need a top 10 draft pick so we can draft an offensive lineman. That's just, I don't want to think about it. It's week 3. I don't want to
I know,
overreact.
me too. And this was my fear. I said this all along. I didn't want to draft Caleb because I knew everyone was going to say he was generational. But when the season came, the excuse would be he's a rookie, and I understand it. But that makes this season a throwaway. And we've got a good team. We traded for Keenan Allen. We got Keenan Allen, DJ Moore, DeAndre Swift, Komet, and it's like, and on a top 10 defense, it's like we're supposed to say like I'm supposed to be content with like, oh, this is just Caleb's progression year. It's like at least when Justin was sucking, like the team sucks. So it was like it was like a silver lining that things he did good. Like if we're not making the playoffs, this is a down year. And unfortunately for Caleb, for Poles, whatever they want, they're tied to Justin Fields. So it's like if we don't make the playoffs and we're fucking watching Justin Fields playing a fucking wild card game, like shit, like so somebody like that is indicative of Poles. Like again, Caleb's floor is supposed to be Justin's ceiling, like or what Justin is right now. I won't say ceiling, but what he has always been. And I think it shows how incompetent our coaching staff is. Because I'm not even saying Justin is amazing. I'm saying just this who Justin always was, a game manager with wheels, and he could front run for you if you had a really good team, but with complementary coaching, and you could win games. And it's like we can't even figure that out. Even who's supposed to be a defensive coach, and like you said, you're not hearing these fucking play calls. You need to get in fucking Walter's ear, and you need your defensive coordinator. You should know like what you want. I mean, you should have a few. Like obviously, you're not an offensive coordinator, but you should have some input of what's going to work and what's not going to work. And like you said, that speed option on fourth, it's like what the hell? Like out of all the plays you could have fucking called, like right there. And to me, I'm calling fucking QB blast. Or again, we're running north and south
I
with
don't know why
Roshan.
they keep running out of shotgun in the goal at the goal line, dude.
Is
That
Caleb
frustrates
not?
me to no
Is
end.
Caleb not comfortable in the under center? I don't know.
He's been under
He
center a
looks
few times.
fine.
It's
Yeah.
just that you know what I'm saying? It's just for whatever reason they get down to the goal line, they get down to the inside the 5 yard line, and it's shotgun, shotgun shotgun handoff, and then speed option. What? Like, are you guys serious right now? I don't, Sean. I don't get it.
And it's
I'm gonna
like
watch this.
I'm gonna say this too. We have good defense. Kick the fucking field goal. If it's fourth and fucking two, kick the field goal. Like again, this is what we're talking about. Just Fields has been great. The Steelers kick the fucking field goal, and they'll win on 6 field goals. Then, like if the excuse is gonna be he's a rookie, it's like what are we just gonna throw the whole fucking season away doing dumb shit? Like he could learn and us play smart, complementary football at the same fucking time. It's like we're having trouble scoring. We can't be giving away points.
Points.
Like, and if Walter doesn't have a play where he's like certain it's gonna be a touchdown, then we kick it and like I said, let the cards fail whether it will. It's like the game would have been different if we would have got three points. I mean, it would have sucked, but the game would have been a lot different if we would have gotten 3 points there instead of nothing.
Yeah, you can't tell me because they always say fourth and goal at the 1 yard line. You always use your best play. You can't tell me that in that fucking genius offensive mind scheme that Shane Waldron has that completely revamped and returned around Geno Smith's career. You can't fucking tell me that his go-to play, guys, game's on the line. If we miss this, we're all gonna get bullets in the fucking head. I have the perfect play, guys. We're gonna run a speed option on fourth and goal. Are
in
you
the in the
fucking
in the
kidding me?
NFL, like has
Like,
that ever like who? What does that
that's
work
your
like?
best play.
Uh,
You could have had Michael Vick back there and it wouldn't have worked. Like, what are we doing? What are we doing?
Shane Waldron
I
has
just,
just seemed like a flop, and it's just a lot of stuff. This is a weird year for Caleb and Poles because there's a lot of I told you so's out there. Kingsbury, I told you so. Jaden Daniels, we could have had him. Could have had Kingsbury. Could have had Justin Fields. Could have had you know what I mean? It's like, and I'm not saying Caleb isn't going to be better than all of them. I mean, I know Waldron's not going to be better than Kingsbury, but I'm just saying like that's the pressure that's on the team and you're just building the headlines and more stuff for Caleb to have to worry about when you're not winning easy games. We barely escaped the fucking Titans.
we should be
Well,
0-3 right now.
yes, Will Levis fucking gifted us the fucking game. I guess Houston's not as good as everybody. Well, not as good as you guys thought. I said Houston was a little overhyped. We should pump the brakes, or maybe the Vikings are really good, but Houston played us close and we fucking suck. And yeah, like you said, we should be 0-3, and we need to figure out how we can pair Caleb Williams' 350 yards with our good defense and turn it into wins and not make meatball, boneheaded coaching errors that are costing us because there's no way we should have two, even with two interceptions, two touchdowns, 350 yards, and our defense play as good as it did, and we lose the game. Like, it doesn't even make any sense. Like, on paper, you'd be like, how the fuck did we lose this game?
Yep.
Like, like, if you looked at it, you didn't watch the game, it's like that can't happen. And I don't know if it's Waldron, but it's like what happens? Like Eberflus and Waldron get fired after that? That's horrible for Caleb. A new coach, unless it's fucking Lincoln Riley. Like that's the only thing I think that would be okay to Caleb's success if somehow we had a bad year, we fired Eberflus and Waldron, we hired Lincoln Riley. But besides that, I think it would be another learning, rebuilding year for Caleb, and we would have another mediocre. Hopefully, we scratch the wild card year, and I don't want that. And that's my problem is with all of this. Like I said, with at least with Justin, I think we would have been for sure a lock of playoff team. Maybe if Justin didn't take another step, we get fucking blown out in the first round. So be it. But that looks like where we're headed to in 2 or 3 years anyway. Like, and I don't know what to there's no hope to I have to just expect everyone's just gonna be better than they have been. Like and that's hard to be like everybody's just gonna play a lot better than they've been playing. Everyone Walter's gonna coach a lot better than he's been coaching. Even Flu's gonna make it's like I don't know like that doesn't seem like that's gonna happen. And it's like so at this point we're hoping Caleb turns into Superman. That's what it turned into again. If Caleb's not Superman, to overcome the bad coaching and the bad O line, then we're back in the same miserable Bears cycle with just a much better quarterback, which makes it even more disappointing.
Yeah.
But all right, Rams are up next. They are big time injured. Cooper's out. Puka's out. Matt Stafford still found a way to beat the 49ers. They're injured.
And they're down 3 offensive linemen.
Yes, I guess the 49ers got a lot of injuries too, but Matt Stafford is the guy. These young guys have been, and I'm a stern Stafford shouldn't be the Hall of Fame guy, but he is proved me wrong every day when he goes out there with a bunch of bums and beats the 49ers. That's impressive. Not to say those guys, but like Ray McLeod, fucking Tyler Johnson, like that's impressive. So
Tutu Atwell.
another sleeper game that we should win on paper. We should beat them, but um, we can't have any turnovers this game. I think the turnovers really hurt us. Like I said, unopportunistic fumble. The defense played very well, but it was just bad interceptions, and that's rookies. They're going to do that. I gave, you know what I mean. I didn't harp on Justin too much because all the when you look at any good game at the end of the game, they lost because their quarterback fumbled. That's just what it is. But we need to play better complementary football where at least like how the Titans game played out. You didn't turn the ball over and we won that game in spite of the offense. And we need to keep that up because that could have happened in the fucking Texans game if we wouldn't have turned the ball over. Maybe somehow we get a couple extra field goals and so like who knows? But we need to not turn the ball over. And I want Caleb to
100%.
still attack down the field, but just be no more fumbles. That was like I said, that's a Waldron thing. Why are you blocking? Like, yes, he could have. I think if he would have stepped up, he would have evaded it. But still, we shouldn't be trusting a tight end to block a D end and our quarterback to be aware. Like, just why risk it? And I like him, man. He does a good job, but there's certain guys you gotta double.
Must win. Must
Must
win,
must
guys.
win game for the Bears if we want to have any hopes, and that's if we somehow split with our division. And right now they're all looking head and shoulders better than us. So that might not even be a possibility. But yes, must win. I think the Bears win this one by 10. I think Caleb will have another big game. I think he will slowly erase Justin Fields from our minds. Because he does have it. He's got you see it, the confidence, the zip on the ball. He is a better thrower of the football than Justin Fields. But that doesn't mean that it's necessarily going to turn into wins. That's not how football works. So that part we need to work on, and that's coaching. And like I said, I don't know. Poles needs to sit down with these guys and let them know, like, they can't be stupid. They know their fucking jobs are on the line. Eberflus in particular, like he already, like I said, they already scapegoated Justin. He's going to need another scapegoat, and it's definitely going to be you. And that's what I mean. That'll be the only move, like we said with Justin, that buys Poles more time anyway. Blame it on Eberflus and get some new guys in here. He got Eberflus forced on him. I don't know why he didn't move on, but like I said, unless something crazy happens, we'll be having a new head coach next year, and hopefully it doesn't turn out just like the last three fucking first round quarterbacks we drafted did.
Yeah.
But all right, like, follow, subscribe. Didn't go too long.
Comment.
Yeah, comment. It's been good. Like I said, we've had good last few months with the subscribers and all that. So we appreciate that. Bear down, and we'll see you guys next week. And
See you next
maybe,
week.
like I said, I'll talk to you soon. Maybe we'll come over on
Yeah,
Sunday.
let me
Have a
know if
good,
you guys are coming on Sunday because
yeah.
I'm gonna have my cousin here. She's gonna have her daughter. I might invite a couple other
Yeah.
people just to watch the game.